Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode. Hey, welcome everyone. Here we go. So, so things are starting to get tight. So, just a goofy thing. We switched over to that new CRM. I don't have access to that old CRM. I only have the new CRM. Part of the process is so we're a gym. We process a lot of payments. We process a lot of credit card transactions, and so each month, so I need a credit card processor. It's like a PayPal, a Stripe, some sort of payroll processor, or not payroll, credit card processor. And so our old system would give me the payments every single day. So they would charge your card on Tuesday. I would get the funds on either Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. With this new CRM, we had to file a new application, get this new CRM to be my processor, to charge the cards, make sure people have their memberships paid for. And now we only get our payments twice a week. And so when I have bills trickling in throughout the month, vendors, landlords, lenders, staff, their schedule does not bend to what the CRM does. So I'm having to be a lot more intentional with my cash management. And so that's been tricky to figure out. And something that kind of bugs me is that's something that people will not ever learn. When they listen to all these gurus, click on these Facebook ads and say, hey, go buy a business in 90 days. You know what those businesses are? It's a website e-commerce business that does $100 a month off Shopify. That's how they can fulfill such a crazy guarantee. You cannot buy a traditional business. When I say traditional, I mean it's a normal standard business, has 2 years tax returns. It has 1 to 5 employees. It might have a commercial rent. You're going to be paying taxes. You're going to be legally compliant. You're not going to be selling weird stuff in the back room of a closet. Like a real business. Let's be real here. The way people do that is they say, hey, you can buy your own business, and they'll either help you buy like a website business or WordPress or an Amazon FBA or some Etsy business, which they can be real businesses. However, it only costs like $300 to start a business. I don't know if you knew that. To file an LLC, take that to get a bank account, to then go get a credit card processor. You're now good. You're now starting business. It takes maybe 3 days. It's very fast. It's not rocket science. I send the text to people. Hey, how do I start a business? I have a text that I copy and paste, and I just send it to people. It's not hard. And the people that I send it to, not one has ever started their LLC yet. Or they overthink the name of their LLC, or they think they need the right bank account with the right checking account style. It's like, no. The way you mess up is by doing nothing. And that's a sales term I'm using a lot more now when I talk to people. There's only 3 things you can really do here. 1, you can just stay with where you're at. Make no decision. You're not interested. You just keep with what you got. That's a decision. You can buy the thing that I'm selling you, whether it's free or action or it's something that you're going to pay me money for. You take it and it works, which is great. Or you buy what I'm selling you, free or it costs money, and it does nothing for you. Out of those 3 scenarios, the only one that guarantees that you stay stuck is doing nothing. By doing something, you at least have a shot at changing your situation. And as long as I'm legit, I'm real, and I'm not scamming you, odds are I'm going to help you get to where you're going, or I'm going to get you in the right direction, and you have to put in the work to get there. Nothing is ever truly done for you unless you're a billionaire and you just tell people what to do and then it gets done. Anyhow, all that to say, I'm going to bring the conversation back in. So I'm in a cash pinch now, and this is something that I wish someone had told me how to do better. Cash management, predicting my bills, having reserves for the down months and the up months. I'm only having down months now, so I guess it doesn't really apply. But now, like, as the studio is in a cash pinch, I wish I knew to the day how many days I have left before I can't keep the doors open. And it's a little weird because the landlord, the bank, they're going to be calling the shot on how long that's going to be. I don't really get a say in when they choose to close everything up on me. But I'm going to be paying my staff. At the end of the day, my staff will be paid. And final item, and then we'll call it good because this episode's kind of all over the place. I've been catching myself thinking about my thoughts. How is the staff going to react to this? Now, I have a sales guy. He leads some classes. He does some shift leads. I'm paying him to do some sales work for me. I don't need to do sales anymore. Like, I don't need him to do sales anymore. Like, yeah. So that's going to save some payroll, which is going to be helpful. My head manager, I'm going to need to start liquidating equipment, protein bars, apparel. I need someone to help selling this stuff off. Worst case scenario, let's go worst case scenario. Let's start with that side of things. Worst case scenario, everybody quits, everybody bails, and I get thrown under the bus. I don't mind if people say Nathan is the worst person in the world. He ruined our community. He ruined our club. He ruined our gym. Whether they say that, it doesn't make it true or not true. That's their viewpoint on what they believe is the truth. It could be the truth, may not be. Either way, I'm not going to take on the weight of trying to convince people to see the reality of the business. If my manager leaves, who handles 99% of all the work, then I'll need to either be physically present, start selling stuff on Facebook, or doing other things to liquidate the physical products or the physical assets of the business. And that'll save some money. Or if she stays on board, then she'll be able to help make my life easier, and happy to pay her to wind things down. I'll probably give her a bonus as well. I think that's a fair thing to do. I don't know the right mixture. I want to do the right honorable thing and give ample time for my head manager to find a new role. No one depends on the gym for their housing, food, and daily living expenses other than one key employee. There's probably like 18 people on payroll, instructors, managers, shift leads, managers. There's only one person that relies on this to pay their mortgage, their car pay, like everything. And so I want to do the right thing and give her plenty of time to find a new role. And she's very well, she has a strong resume. Whether she wants to stay in the gym world or wants to do something else beyond the gym world, she's done stuff besides work at gyms. So I am confident she would find something. But I want to give her time. And giving her time could bite me in the butt and make me do a lot of the work that I don't want to do. Even though it'd be paying me a lot of money, I could pay myself to be the manager while I liquidate everything. That's a busy schedule that I don't want to sign up for. I don't want to work the 4:30 to 11 a.m. shift while I'm working my day job from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's a long day. That's a 13-hour work day. And that's just a lot. Well, I've got 3 kids, my wife at home, and I don't want to do that. But I also don't want to blindside my key employee who's gone above and beyond, who's carried the weight of the world, of the gym, and then to say, hey, sorry, things are wrapping up. You've got like 2 weeks to find a new job. That's not fair. Rule of thumb, I can't remember what it is. I think rule of thumb, it takes, I heard it somewhere. It takes, I got to make something up here. I'm just going to make it up. I'm just doing some quick math in my head. For every $40,000 a month or a year you want to make, it takes about a month to find a job. So if you want to find a $100,000 a year job, it'll take like 3 months, roughly, something like that. So at my studio, at the gym, that's like a month to 2 months to find a replacement job, like just to work in a gym. So I feel the moral obligation to give a month notice to my head manager. And that's tough because that could bite me. And I also don't want to bite someone who needs this and has no other backup. I probably have more personal runway than she has personal runway. That's my guess. I don't know. or probably both, have no runway at the end of the day. But how am I going to... If my decisions get leaked to the newspaper, if they get blasted over YouTube, if they get exposed in court documents, will I be proud of the truth coming out? And I want the answer to always be yes. I always want to be proud the truth is coming out. We should celebrate when there is justice, truth. Whatever is good, whatever is just, whatever is honorable. Those are the things we need to be dwelling on. And so if I'm going to be doing stuff that is dishonorable, unjust, dishonest, then no, I should not be doing that. So that's my thought process. That's how I want to treat my staff. That's not at all what that's not what everyone who I've sought counsel from has confirmed that they believe I should also do. You see restaurants do it all the time. Restaurants... I'm trying to think of other random businesses that do it. Restaurants are probably notorious for it. Where it's like, hey, thank you for your patronage. This week is our last week of operations. And then they just shut down and they're gone. And now people that need that money to pay rent, I mean, let's be real. People that work your restaurants are not swimming in cash. And now they're left holding the bag. And you move on with your life. I'm going to pause there. I think I've made my point. I'm trying to figure out how to do things well. How to wrap things up honestly, ethically, morally, and what does life post-gym look like? And I don't want to dwell and bring negativity into reality, but I also don't want to be a fool and pretend everything is hunky-dory when in reality, that's not the forecast on the horizon. You can be an optimist and a hurricane still comes over you like that. If you live in Florida or Cuba, you can be as optimistic as you want and you still need to put sandbags around your house. You still need to have water, a generator, because that's part of being a realistic Floridian or a Cuban. And so for a struggling business owner, you can be optimistic, hiring, planning for the upside, dreaming the future, but you also need to have an exit plan when things are not going to pan out as dreamily as you want them to. I'm going to stop there. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. You get the point. Lots of thoughts going on. Doing things honorably, wrapping things well, trying to talk to people that have valuable input, working the day job, and always being proud and embracing the truth and justice coming to light. That's where we're at. That's where we're going. Let's rock and roll. This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY due diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.